Recording has started.
Ani Bojo, Wapshka Sinikwe Indigenous Cause, Sagana and Donjaba, Bawating Dada, Danjabam Kak Makana Menacing, Nishiki and Dodem, Ojibwe Anishinaabe Dao. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Colleen Medicine, and I'm here with the Sioux Tribe Language and Cultural Department. And today we're pleased to bring you our 25th virtual Anishinaabemowin lesson. I can't believe it's been 25 weeks already. And today we're going to present on Grocery Shopping 2.0. It's our second lesson on grocery shopping. So without further ado, I'll turn it over to the instructors and they'll do their introductions and then we'll get right into the lesson content. Gretch and Miyu.
Nahau. Miigwech Colleen. Susan, Indigenous Cause, meanwhile, Bidabinakwe, Indigenous Cause, First Light of Day Woman. Mayengan and Dodem, Bauting and Donjaba, meanwhile, Bauting and Dida, meanwhile, Bauting and Anishinaabe and Dodeben Dagwas. All of that long thing says, my name is Susan. My name is also Bidabinakwe, which means First Light of Day Woman. My clan is Mayengan or Wolf. I belong to Sioux Tribe, and I was born in the Sioux. I'm from the Sioux, and I also live in the Sioux, not unlike an ingrown toenail. Now, Paul, Gintam.
Bonjour. Paul Blondeau, Indigenous Cause. Maingan, Anishinaabe, Noswin, Bateng, Donjaba, Candia, Michigan, Ndenta, Gizet, and Dodem. I'm Paul Blondeau, and my native name is Maingan. I am Sioux Tribe. I live in Scandia, and my Dodem is Mgize. Kingdom Shirley.
Ani Kinuguya, Shirley Recollet Indigenous Cause, Wikpam the Jaba, Bakting, Dada, Kibikwe, Donishinaabemowin, Wawashkish, Minwan Neme, Dode. Hello everyone, my name is Shirley Recollet. I'm from Manitoulin Island. I live here in Sioux, Ontario, and my spirit name is Springwater Woman. My clan is Deer and Sturgeon. Nahau Kitam Cecil.
Nahau, Anin Bojo, Cecil Pavlat Indigenous Cause, Giganang Wasa Nin. Gubwe Mino Jaganash and Dao, Jijok and Dodem, Baoting and Donjaba, Mina Baoting and Dada. My name is Cecil Pavlat. I am Crane Clan from Baoting, sometimes called Sault Ste. Marie, and I also live in Sault Ste. Marie. Nahau, Machtada.
Ahau. Miigwech Cecil. Ahau. There's the slide. Ahau. Ani Kinawea. That means hello, everyone, all of the people. Susan Maba. That means Susan, this is. So that's how you can introduce yourself on the phone too. Don't use my name. Susan Maba. That's what I would say. Ambe. Come on. Dawe gamegong jada. Dawe is to sell, and then gamig is a place, and then ong is to the. So to the selling place or to the store. Jada. Let's go. Da means let's do it, and go means ja means go. Now, my job is to help again with the idea of packaging. We have all kinds of stuff at the store. Lots of it is in a package of some kind. So look at the word mishkemut. Mishkemut. That's a bag of some kind. And if you put a little ans, E-N-H-S, on the end of that, which is just over to the right of mishkemut, mishkemut dance, that means a little bag. And it also means a package, and that's what we want to use, that a package of something. So at the store, you might buy a package of, I don't know what, a package of M&Ms or whatever. Then another word that we have here is modai. Those two O's, it kind of looks like people would say moodai. But in our dialect, we say modai. So modai, it's a bottle of some kind, a jar, a bottle. And it also means a quart, by the way. All right, and then to the right of that says kikwabik. A kik is a pot of some kind, and wabik means it's metal. So it's a metal pot, otherwise known as a can. Okay, kikwabik is a can. And at the bottom, the last word there is mkak. You hear me say that M at the beginning? Mkak, mkak, mkak. It's a box. Okay, now Colleen said that she would show a picture of me and leave the screen. I want to be friends. I want everybody to know what I look like. Would you change for me, Colleen? I see Cecil, but I hope you can see me down there in the corner. Okay, so I would like to show you some of those items. And the first one that we had on that list was a mishkamut. This is a bag. And so I have a bag here. It happens to be a bag of Mishimanuk, more than one. This is an apple, more than one apple, Mishimanuk. But that's not our lesson. Our lesson is that this is a bag. Okay, so that's a bag. And then here's another bag. It still counts as a bag, even though it looks like a little net of things, but it's a bag full of jigungushik, or that is onions, mishkamut. Now I have a bag of mindamanuk. It happens to be popcorn. One of the other teachers know the word for popcorn as opposed to just corn. But maybe they'll tell you that later. Now this is a mishkamut, a bag. And it's a small enough bag that it makes me think of that maybe it could be a package, mishkamodans. It's kind of what is it, a 2-pound bag here? But in any case, this is a mishkamot or possibly a mishkamodans, a little bag or a package. Now I have something here. This is cheese. That's called Dickersing Morgan. But that is probably definitely a package, mishkamodans. And then the next word that we had was a modai, a bottle. And there is a bottle of bashkaminsagan, or that is any kind of preserves. This happens to be olives, but it could have been pickles or relish or jam even. But that our idea today is that this is a bottle, modai. A bottle might also be a quart, by the way. So there you go. And we have a box, mkok. So when you are at home and you're in your pantry or in the cupboards, wherever you keep your food containers, you can, if you want to, just label those. Mishkamut, modai, mkok, mishkamodans, and kikwabik. That can be one of the ways that you learn those words. And by the way, that's 5 words and they're all kind of long. So don't go thinking you can learn them all on one day. Well, if you can, then you should give yourself a pat on the back. You're one. Okay, Colleen, I'm ready for another slide. There we go. She's back. And there's our list. Okay, and here's the other things that we can buy. And by the way, all these things that I'm showing are a repeat of last week. So if you want to go back to last week's lesson, not a bad idea. Okay, the first of these words is ngudwe-one. Ngudwe-one. That happens to mean a dozen. So if you're buying eggs, you're going to buy them as a dozen. But ngudwe-one also can mean a pair. It really means a set of things, like a deck of cards or something like that. This one, good way one, for our purposes at the grocery is a dozen, as in a dozen eggs. Right underneath in good way one is the word dababish kojigun. Dababish kojigun. Dababish kojigun. Dababish kojigun. And it happens to mean a pound. And that is how we buy things. And you might remember that if you were buying a pound of butter or something, or maybe you buy 5 pounds. If you would just buy 1 pound, it's dababish kojigan. If you buy 5 pounds of sugar, it's still dababish kojigan. Cool. I love it when one word, serves you for lots of things. Not just one thing to learn. Okay, let's go up to the top now on the right, and it says bakwejigan. Bakwejigan is bread, and it could be actually bakwejigan is to slice something or to cut it up. But if you're just talking about bread, a loaf of bread at the store, whether it's sliced or not, we're just going to call it bakwejigan. Bakwejigan. That E sounds like eh. Bakwejigan. Okay, now you'll notice I left the 2 words. That's one of them just under bakwejigan is this one. Mishkwakadingin. 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 That means something that's frozen. And it really actually has a lot of meanings there. It's a frozen stuff that is inanimate, it isn't alive, and it also means there's more than one of those. So if you're buying a bag of peas, like you go to the frozen section at the store, you buy a bag of peas, the peas are mishkwakadingin because they're frozen, and they are also not alive. They're never considered alive. Even when they're growing on the vine, they're not considered alive. So it's an inanimate thing. And then that bag has a whole bunch of peas in it. So that's mishkwakadingin. And then the last word, the one on the left, is another mishkwaka. Look at that, how they are just the same like that. They both start the same. Mishkwaka. Mishkwakadingin. Now this one says Mishkwakajig. Mishkwakajig. Isn't that cool? Kind of a fun thing to say. Mishkwakajig. That is still frozen stuff, but it is talking about animate things. And then it has that jig on the end of it, and that says we got more than one of them in there. So Cecil is going to teach you today about items that we buy at the grocery that are alive, considered alive. And peas aren't alive, but corn is. What's up with that? Well, that's just the way our language developed, and you don't get to ask why. You just have to do it. All right, so these are the words again. Ngudwe one, the babish kojigan, mishkwakojijik, bakwejigan, and mishkwakadingin. Nahau. So here are our words, and I would really like you to look at this because our sentences seem long, because the words indeed are long, and it would be really nice if there was some repetition, and indeed there is. So, ka dapanana basic. We will buy, basic means one. We will buy basic one thing, and then we're going to learn new names for those. Actually, they're the same as last week. Surprise, surprise. So you could be sure to look back last week too, and that'll be just reinforcing everything. Kadapanana basic. That would be repeated over and over by every single one of our teachers. And we're picking up or buying one thing. Dapanana means we are picking up, but it also means buying or other things. And then the last one, Anish enengendek. Anish enengendek. And then we. So Anish enengendek means how much does it cost? And that we is going to say that thing right there. We says that thing. And wouldn't you know, if you are talking about something that's considered alive, like corn, you're not going to use we, you'll use wa. But if you are almost the whole lesson, because most things are, most foods are not considered alive. I mean, yeah, they're not alive. So you are going to use that we. Anish enengendek we. This is repeated every single time. So these terms are, I would like you to really get it in your mind on what they are so that it doesn't feel like a lot to learn every single time. It's going to be the same at the beginning. Okay, now we got these animate ones. Look at that. Kadapanana basic, the same thing if it's animate or inanimate, because we're talking about the item, the packaging, and all those packages are not alive. So kadapanana basic, that's going to be the same. And then anish enangendek wa. See, we said that it's going to change when Cecil teaches you about animate things. Then you're going to use wa instead of we. So don't be confused by that. Just go ahead and say, yay, they all sound alike. Nahao, Paul, Gitam.
Ani Kinawaya, Paul Maba, Ambe Dawe Gomikong Jada. Hey everyone, this is Paul. Come on, let's go to the store. Aha. Pa Tap Ma Bejik Kikwabik Nbop. We will pick up or buy a can of soup. Padap Nana Bejik Kikwabik Nbop. We will pick up a can of soup. Anish Enangandek. We. Anish Engandek. We. How much does it cost? Adaptana Bejik Shkamat Jisen San. Tapnana Bejik Shkamat Jisen San. We will pick up a bag of carrots. Anish Engandek. We. How much does it cost? Anish Engandek. We. How much does it cost? Uh-huh. Kadapnana Bejik Bejigan. Kadapnana Bejik Bequajigan. We'll pick up a loaf of bread. Kadapnana Bejik Bequajigan. Anish and Endang Engendek. We. Anish Engendek. We. How much will it cost? Kadapnana Bejik Modai Dodo Shavo. We'll pick up a bottle of milk. Kadapnana Bejik Modai Dodo Shavo. Anish Engendek. We. Anish Engendek. We. How much will it cost? Oh. Oh.
Oh, this is the next slide.
Ooh. Kadap nana. God the babish kojigan wias. Did not see that change. Kadap nana. God the babish kojigan wias. We will pick up a pound of meat on each nangindek. Weh. How much will that cost? Kadap nana. God the babish kojigan sao mede. We'll pick up a pound of butter. Kadap nana. God the babish kojigan sao mede. Anish nangindek. Weh. How much will it cost? Uh-huh. A review of the words. Food in this section are all inanimate. So we have mbop, soup, bop. Jisensan, carrots. Jisensan. Kwejigan, bread. Kwejigan. Dorosh abo, milk. Dorosh abo, milk. Wias, meat. Wias. Zaumide, zaumide, butter. Zaumide. Uh-huh.
Ani kinagoya. Shirley Maba. Ambe. Diagumgon Jada. Hi everyone. Kinagoya. Shirley Maba. This is Shirley. Come on, Ambe. Let's go to the store. Next slide. Aha, midesh katapnana besh shkimat mnejimen meshkokdingen. Katapnana beshik shkimat mnejimnan meshkokdingen. Katapnana again is we'll pick it up or we'll buy it. Shkimat bake mnejimen frozen peas. Meshkokdingen. Frozen peas. Anish eningdekwe. Anish eningdekwe. How much does it cost? Katapnana beshik shkimat minan mishkoktingen. Again, mishkoktingen is something that's frozen. Katapnana beshik mishkimat minan mishkoktingen. We'll pick up a bag of frozen blueberries. Anish eningdekwe. Anish eningdekwe. Eningdek is how much does it cost? The cost. Eningdek. Next slide. Katapnana beshik kusman. Katapnana beshik kusman. We'll pick up or buy a squash. Anish eningdekwe. Again, how much does that cost? Anish eningdekwe. Katapnana beshik makuk nanabgan. Katapnana beshik makuk nanabgan. So nanabgan is the oatmeal. So a box of oatmeal. We'll pick up a box of oatmeal or buy. Again, if somebody says, Anish ending dick, what? How much does that cost? Katapnana gudwewin wawnon. Katapnana gudwewin wawnon. So gudwewin would be a dozen, 12, a dozen. Well-known are eggs. And then we'll say Anish ending dick what? How much does it cost? Anish ending dick what? So you heard that before, Anish ending dick what? How much does it cost? Katapnana beshik modai bashmin sigan. Katapnana beshik modai bashmin sigan. We will pick or buy a bottle of bashmin sigan. Can be anything. Pickles, jam, relish, sauce, any kind of preserve. Then a question asked, Anish ending dekwa. So how much does that cost? So review of the foods in this section are inanimate. Mnejimnan. Those are peas. Kosman. That can be either pumpkin, squash, pumpkin or squash. Kosman. Waunon. Eggs, those are eggs. Minan, blueberries. Nanabagan, that's oatmeal. Bashman sigan, it's a preserve, like a jam, any kind of jam or jelly. Cecil.
Now, Anin Kinagoya, Cecil Maba, Ambe, Dawe Gamagong, Jada. Hi everyone, this is Cecil. Come on, let's go to the store. Now, Dapnana Bejik Mishkamot, and Dominuk Mishkwakojijik. We will buy or pick up a bag of frozen corn. Mish and Gindekwa. How much does that cost? Now, most of the lesson previously has been saying we, W-I, instead of wa. And we is for inanimate, wa is for animate. So we'll be using wa most of the time now. Kadapnana bejik makuk wakwejagon suck. We will pick up a box of cookies. Kadapnana bejik makuk wakwejagon suck. We will pick up a box of cookies. Anish anagindek wa. Anish anagindek wa. How much does that cost? Now, Kadapanana bejik mishkamut mishimanak. Kadapanana bejik mishkamut mishimanak. We will pick up or buy a bag of apples. Again, mishkamut, bag, mishimanak, more than one, apples. Nish and gendek, wa. How much does that cost? Again, wa, or animate, something that's alive, considered alive. Kadapanana, nanan, kababish kojagan, panik. Kadapanana, nanan, kababish kojagan, panik. We will pick up or buy nanan, 5, babish kojagan, pounds of potatoes, panik, potatoes. Nish anagendek wa. Nish anagendek wa. Much does that cost? Alive, wa. Now, Kadapanana bejik mishkamut, jagangwijik. Kadapanana bejik mishkamut, jagangwijik. We will pick up a bag of onions. Shagangwish, 1 onion. Shagangwishik, more than 1. Anish anagendek wa. Anish anagendek wa. How much does that cost? Dapanana, bejik mishkimodance, miskodismanak. Dapanana, bejik mishkamodance, miskodismanak. Mishkamodance, smaller bag, miskodismanak. We'll pick up a bag of green beans. Anish anagendek wa. How much does that cost? Now, Kadapanana, bejik mizisa mishkwakajit. Kadapanana, bejik mizisa mishkwakajit. We will pick up or buy a frozen turkey. Mizisa, turkey. Bejik, 1. Mishkwakajit, frozen. Anish anagendek wa. Anish anagendek wa. How much does that cost? Again, alive, wa. Dapanana, bejik Mishkimo dance, bakakwan. We will pick up or buy a package of chicken. Idapanana bejik mishkimo dance, bakakwan. Anish aginadek wa. Anish aginadek wa. How much does that cost? Now, so again, a review of the foods in this section. All are animate or considered alive. Mindamanuk, corn, more than one, so corn. Quajagon suck, Quajagon suck. Cookies, small breads, more than one. Panique, potatoes. Pin is one potato. Panique, more than one. Potatoes. Jagongwajik, onions, more than one. Miskodismanuk, green beans. Mishimanuk, apples. Mezisa, turkey, and bakakwan, chicken. So those are the review of the foods in that section. Now, so miigwech kenagwea bezindamuk. Now, miwa.
Pamapikinawea, miigwech.